City Elementary School. I'm Judy Ballantine. I teach second grade. This is the 8th year I have had my class read for Saluting New Readers.
Hi, my name is Trevor and I'm going to read a book called Tuesday Past. Lolly, Molly, Polly, and Dolly all looked at Homer. Homer was their brother. I didn't do it, said Homer. Yes, you did, they said. Yes, you did, and you're a pest. Then Lolly and Molly and Polly and Dolly all turned their backs. Beans, said Homer. I'm not a pest. But Lolly, Molly, Polly, and Dolly walked away. Down by the wood pile, Homer sat again. I'm not a pest. I never said you were, said a lizard. I never said you said I was, said Homer. I never said you said I said you were, said the lizard. I never said you said I said you said I was, said Homer. Said what? Asked the lizard. Said I was a pest, said Homer. Who? Asked the lizard. You, said Homer. Me? Said the lizard. I'm no pest. I never said you were, said Homer. I never said you said I was, said the lizard. Beans, said Homer. You started it, said the lizard. You are a pest. And the lizard slipped away. Beans, said Homer. I'm not a pest. He ran all the way down a hill and met a chipmunk. What time is it? Asked the chipmunk. 10 to 2, said Homer. 10 to who? Asked the chipmunk. Not who what, said Homer. 10 to what? Asked the chipmunk. Yes, said Homer. Yes, cried the chipmunk. What kind of time is it? It isn't the time, Homer said. Thank you for listening to me read. If you want to read the rest, check it out at your local library. My name is Bill, and I will be reading The Stinky Cheese Man. Once upon a time, there was a little old woman and a little old man who lived together in a little old house. They were lonely, so the little old lady decided to make a man out of stinky cheese. She gave him a piece of bacon for a mouth and 2 olives for eyes and put him in the oven to cook. When she opened the oven to see if he was done, the smell knocked her back. "Phil, what is that terrible smell?" she cried. The stinky cheese man hopped out of the oven, and ran out the door calling, "Run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the stinky cheese man." The little old lady and the little old man sniffed the air. "I'm not really all very hungry," said the little old man. "I'm not really all that lonely," said the little old lady. So they didn't chase the stinky cheese man. The stinky cheese man ran and ran until he met a cow eating grass in a field. "Wow, what's that awful smell?" said the cow. The stinky cheese man said, "I've ran away from the little old lady and the little old man, and I can run away from you too, I can. Run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the stinky cheese man." The cow gave another sniff and said, "I'll bet you'd give someone 2 or 3 stomach aches. I think I'll just eat weeds." So the cow didn't chase the stinky cheese man. The stinky cheese man ran and ran until he met some kids playing outside school. "Gross," said a little girl. "What's that nasty smell?" "I've ran away from the little old lady and a little old man and a cow, and I can run away from you too, I can. Run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the stinky cheese man." The little boy looked up, sniffed the air, and said, "If we catch him, our teacher will probably make us eat him." Let's get out here. So the kids didn't chase the Stinky Cheese Man either. By and by, the Stinky Cheese Man came to a river with no bridge. How will I ever cross this river? It's too big to jump, and if I try to swim across, I'll probably fall apart. Said you-know-who. Just then the sly fox, who shows up in a lot of stories like these, poked his head out of the bushes. Why, just hop on my back and I'll carry you across, Stinky Cheese Man. How do I know you won't eat me? Trust me, said the fox. So the Stinky Cheese Man hopped on the fox's back.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to me read. If you would like to hear the rest of the story, check it out at your local library.
Hi, my name is Raven and I'm going to read Rosie's log.
Open the book all the way.
Rosie the hen went for a walk. Across the yard. Around the pond. Over the haystack. Past the mill. Through the gate and a fence. Under the beehives. There's one. And got back in time for dinner.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening, read.
Hi, my name is Isabel and I'm going to read Goodnight, Sweet Butterflies. Hush, sweet butterflies, not another peep. It's time to find a place where you can go to sleep. On yellow daisies, waving to the yellow setting sun. In swaying green reeds where green frogs are having fun.
Hello.
On purple pansies tickling a purple dragonfly. By an orange fox dreaming in a grove of orange blossoms. With a pink piglet and 3 playful pink possums. On red roses as a red robin sings goodnight. In a gold field glowing in the firefly's gold light. With white sheep gazing at the white moon way up high. And now you all are resting beneath the silver starry sky. Sweet dreams till morning when you can wake and play. On another colorful springtime day. Oops. That hurt my ears. Oops. And I'm done. Well, Thank you for listening to me read. If you
Come on, Peter, come on.
Hello, my name is Riley, and I'm going to read Would You Rather. Would you rather your house was surrounded by water, snow, or jungle? Would you rather an elephant drank your bathwater, an eagle stole your dinner, a pig tried on your clothes, or a hippo slept in your bed? Would you rather be covered in jam, or soaked with water, or pulled through the mud by a dog? Would you rather have supper in a castle, breakfast in a balloon, or tea on the river? Would you rather be made to eat spider soup, slug dumplings, mashed worms, or drink snail squash? Would you rather jump in the brambles for 25 cents, swallow a dead frog for 50 cents, stay all night in a creepy house for $1? Would you rather be crushed by a snake, swallowed by a fish, eaten by a crocodile, or sat on by a rhinoceros? Would it be worse if your dad danced at school, or your mom made a fuss in a cafe? Would you rather clash the cymbals, bang the drum, or blow the trumpet? Would you rather know a monkey you could tickle, a bear you could read to, a dog you could skate with, a pig you could ride, or a goat you could dance with? Would you rather be chased by a crab, or a bull, or a lion, or by wolves? Or would you like to ride a boat into a supermarket? Would you rather be lost in a fog? Thank you for letting me read this story. If you want to hear the rest of the story, check out your local library.
Hi, my name is Taylor, and I'm going to be reading It's Not Easy Being a Bunny. PJ's Bunny Bunny was very sad. He did not like being a bunny. His mother made him eat cooked carrots every day. He had far too many brothers and sisters, and his ears were very big. One day, PJ decided to leave home. I don't want to be a bunny anymore, said PJ. I want to be a bear. And PJ had to live with the bears. But when the bears went to sleep for the winter, PJ could not sleep at all. Living with the bears was not very exciting. So PJ said, I don't want to be a bear. Oh, I want to be a bird. And PJ went to live with the birds. PJ liked being a bird until he tried to fly. So PJ said, I don't want to be a bear or a bird. I want to be a beaver. And PJ went to live with a beaver. The beavers like to work very hard. PJ did not like to work at all. So PJ said, I don't want to be a bear or a bird or a beaver. I want to be a pig. And PJ went to live with the pigs. But the only thing pigs liked to do was sit in the mud. So PJ said, I don't want to be a bear or a bird or a beaver or a pig. I want to be a moose. And PJ went to live with the moose. But PJ could not make good moose calls. So PJ said, I don't want to be a bear or a bird or a beaver or a pig or a moose. I want to be a possum. PJ went to live with the possums. The possums like to hang upside down. Thank you for listening. If you want to hear the rest of this story, go to your local library.
Hi, my name is Taylor and I'm going to be reading the Kick-a-Lot Shoes. I want to be mean, said the witch. Very, very mean. What can I do? She looked down at the town. I'll go and kick people, she said. That's as mean as I can get. I'll kick them so hard that they can't sit down. She put on her old mean Kick-a-Lot shoes. Here I come, all you people, she said. The people looked up. It's the witch, they yelled. She's got on her Kick-a-Lot shoes. Run, run, run. The witch went after the mail carrier. Help, said the mail carrier. And oops-a-daisy, the witch gave the mail carrier a kick. Ow, said the mail carrier, and he ran away crying. The police officer came up to the witch. Now see here, witch, he said. You can't kick people like that, can't I? Said the witch. And oops-a-daisy, the Kick-a-Lot shoes got the police officer too. Ow, said the police officer, and he ran away crying. Ha ha, said the witch, and now for that farmer. Help me, said the farmer to his cow. Here we go, said the witch, and oops-a-daisy. Ow, said the farmer, and he ran away crying. Oh, said the cow, you'll kick me, I'll kick you. Is that so? Said the witch, and oops-a-daisy. Moo, said the cow, and it ran away crying. The witch went up and down the town. She kicked people as they went into their houses. She kicked them as they came out. Stop, stop, said all the people. You kick us so hard that we can't sit down. But the witch did not stop. Then a mouse came out of its hole in the tree. Thank you for listening to me read. If you want to hear the rest of the story, check it out at our local library.
Hi, my name is Steven and I'm going to be reading Frog and Toad Are Friends. Frog ran up the path to Toad's house. He knocked on the front door. There was no answer. Toad, Toad, shouted Frog. Wake up, it is spring. Blah, said a voice from inside the house. Toad, Toad, cried Frog. The sun is shining. The snow is melting. Wake up. I am not here, said the voice. Frog walked into the house. It was dark. All the shutters were closed. Toad, where are you? Called Frog. Go away, said the voice from a corner of the room. Toad was laying in bed. He had pulled all the covers over his head. Frog pushed Toad out of bed. He pushed him out of the house and onto the front porch. Toad blinked in the bright sun. Help, said Toad. I cannot see anything. Don't be silly, said Frog. What you see is the clear warm light of April, and it means we can begin a whole new year together. Toad Toad, think of it, said Frog. We will skip through the meadows and run through the woods and swim through the river, and even we will sit right here on this front porch and count the stars. You can count them, Frog, said Toad. I will be too tired. I'm going back to bed. Toad went back into the house. He got into bed and pulled all the covers over his head again. But Toad, cried Frog, you will miss all the fun. Listen, Frog, said Toad, how long have I been asleep? You have been asleep since November, said Frog. Well then, said Toad, a little more sleep will not hurt me. Come back again and wake me up at about May. Good night, Frog. But Toad, said Frog, I will be lonely until then. Toad did not answer. He had fallen asleep. Frog looked at Toad's calendar, the November page. Thank you for listening to me read. If you want to read the rest of this book, check it out at your local library.
Hi, my name is Kelsey and I'm going to be reading Little Black Pony. When I was little, I had a pony. I called him Little Black. He was my very, very good friend. The two of us went all over the farm. We had fun. We went to see the other horses. We saw Big Red. That horse can run. Then one day I said, Little Black, I would like to try to ride Big Red. So I went to the barn, I looked at Big Red. Could I ride this horse? Could I ride this big horse? I could ride Big Red. It was fun. All my friends stopped to look at me. Soon I began to jump Big Red. This horse could do everything. We jumped and jumped. But when I went by Little Black, his head was down. He looked sad. Then one day I took Big Red out for a long ride. What a day, what time we had. Little Black came running after us. He could not keep up with us. He tried, but he was too little. He could not run as fast as Big Red. We went on. A big tree was down. It was in the way. Big Red jumped right over it, the tree. To him, it was just a hop. It wasn't just a hop to Little Black, but he tried to jump over the tree. But Little Black could not jump that high. Down he went, his leg was stuck. It was stuck in the tree. Oh, Big Red, I said, my pony wants so much to do everything you do. Look at him. His leg is stuck. He can't get up. We must go back. We must help him. Come on. I took hold of the tree. I had to pull and pull and pull. It took a long time. Thank you for listening to me read. If you want to hear the rest of the story, check it out at your local library. Hi, my name is Stephanie and I'm going to be reading The Bear's Picnic. Mother Bear, put away your apron. We are going on a picnic today. Where are we going on our picnic, Dad? To the very best place in the world, my lad. Now, you remember this spot, my dear. When we were young, we picnicked here. Papa, I do not like to complain, but your wonderful spot is next to a train. Where are we going now, Papa Bear? Is there another wonderful spot somewhere? Don't pester me with questions, please. There's a place I know right in those trees. It is everything a picnic spot should be, and no one remembers it is here but me. What a spot, what a spot. So quiet, so cool. Just as it was when I was in school. We had a picnic, a school picnic, and I won first place for eating the most pie in a pie eating race. This spot may be very fine, but look what it says on that big sign. Big picnic today. Dad, can you find us another spot? Are we having a picnic today or not? Now, stop asking questions. Be quiet. Stop sleeping. Your father knows what he's doing. To pick a spot that is just the right one, you have to be very choosy, my son. Thank you for listening to me read. If you want to hear the rest of the story, check it out at your local library.
Yeah!
Hi, my name is Emily, and I'm going to be reading The Ballantine Rabbit. There once was a Ballantine rabbit, and beginning he was splendid. He was fat and bunchy. He had real red whiskers, and his ears were lined with pink satin. On Christmas morning, when he sat wedged on top of the boy's stocking, a spring of holly between his paws, the effect was charming. For a long time, he lived in a toy cupboard in the nursery. Being only made of velveteen. Some of the expensive mechanical toys quite snubbed him, pretended they were real. What is real? Asked the rabbit one day. Does it mean having things that buzz inside you and a stick out handle? The only toy who was kind to the rabbit was a skin horse. The skin horse had lived in the nursery longer than any of the others, and he was very wise. Real isn't how you are made, said the skin horse. It is a thing that happens when a child loves you. It takes a long time generally. By the time you are real, most of your hair has been gloved off you and get loose in the joints and very shabby. Does it hurt? Asked the rabbit. Sometimes, said the skin horse. Thank you for listening to me read. If you want to hear the rest of the story, check it out at your local library.
Yeah!
Hi, my name is Savannah, and I'm going to be reading The Napping House. There is a napping house where everyone is sleeping. And in that house there is a bed, a cozy bed, in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. And on that bed there is a granny, a story granny, on a cozy bed, in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. And on that granny there is a child, a dreaming child, on a snoring granny, on a cozy bed, in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. And on that child there is a dog, a dozing dog, on a dreaming child, on a snoring granny, on a cozy bed, in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. And on that dog there is a cat, a snoozing cat, on a dozing dog, on a dreaming child, on a snoring granny, on a cozy bed, in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. And on that cat there's a mouse, a slumbering mouse, on a snoozing cat, on a dozing dog, on a dreaming child, on a snoring granny, on a cozy bed, in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. And on that mouse there's a flea. Can it be? A wakeful flea, on a slumbering mouse, on a snoozing cat, on a dozing dog, on a dreaming child, on a snoring granny, on a cozy bed, in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. A wakeful flea who bites the mouse, who scares the cat, who claws the dog, who thumps the child, who bumps the granny, who breaks the bed. In a napping house where no one is now sleeping. Thank you for listening to me read. If you want to hear this story for yourself, check it out at your local library. Yay!
Hi, my name is Nathan. I will be reading The Paper Bag Princess. Elizabeth was a beautiful princess. She lived in a castle and had expensive princess clothes. She was going to marry a prince named Ronald. Unfortunately, a dragon smashed her castle, burnt all her clothes with his fiery breath, and carried off Prince Ronald. Elizabeth decided to chase the dragon and get Ronald back. She looked everywhere for something to wear, but the only thing she could find that was not burnt was a paper bag. So she put the paper bag on and followed the dragon. He was easy to follow because he left a trail of burnt forests and horse bones. Finally, Elizabeth came to a cave with a large door that had a huge knocker on it. She took hold of the knocker and banged on the door. The dragon stuck his nose out of the door and said, "Well, a princess. I love to eat princesses, but I've already eaten a whole castle today. I'm a very busy dragon. Come back tomorrow." He slammed the door so fast that Elizabeth almost got her nose caught. Elizabeth grabbed the knocker and banged on the door again. The dragon stuck his nose out of the door and said, "Go away. I love to eat princesses, but I've already eaten a whole castle today. I'm a very busy dragon. Come back tomorrow." "Wait," shouted Elizabeth. "Is it true that you are the smartest and fiercest dragon in the whole wide world?" "Yes," said the dragon. "Is it true," said Elizabeth, "that you can burn up 10 forests with your fiery breath?" "Oh, yes," said the dragon, and he took a huge deep breath and breathed out so much fire that it burnt up 50 forests. "Fantastic," said Elizabeth. The dragon took another huge breath and breathed out so much fire that it burnt up 100 forests. "Magnificent," said Elizabeth, and the dragon took another huge breath and breathed out. Thank you for listening to me read. If you want to hear the rest of the story, check it out at your local library. Yeah!
My
name is Riley, and I'm going to be reading Harold's Purple Crayon Treasury. One evening, after thinking it over for some time, Harold decided to go for a walk in the moonlight. There wasn't any moon, and Harold needed a moon for a walk in the moonlight. And he needed something to walk on. He made a long, straight path so he wouldn't get lost. And he set off on his walk, taking his big purple crayon with him. But he didn't seem to be getting anywhere on the long, straight path. So he left the path for a shortcut across the field, and the moon went with him. The shortcut led right where Harold thought a forest ought to be. He didn't want to get lost in the woods, so he made a very small forest with just one tree in it. So he put a frightened million in it. He didn't want to get lost in the woods, so he made a very small forest with just one tree. It turned out to be an apple tree, and the apples would be very tasty, Harold thought, when they got red. So he put a frightening dragon under the tree to guard the apples. It was a terribly frightening dragon. It even frightened Harold. He backed away, and his hand holding the purple crayon shook. Suddenly he realized what was happening, but by then Harold was over his head in an ocean. He came up thinking fast, and in no time he was climbing aboard a trim little boat. He quickly set sail, and the moon sailed along with him. After he had sailed long enough, Harold made land without much trouble. He stepped ashore. My name is Riley, and I'm going to be reading. Thank you for listening to me read. Thank you for listening to me read. If you want to hear the rest of the book, check it out at your local library.
What rocks?
Reading!
And where do you go to school?
NCE!
And what grade are you in?
Second!
And what do you love?